Good day, Facebook Live. Wanted to come to you quickly while we're getting ready to spray a bed in a big truck here at MCOR today with the Rhino Linings. And we seem to get a lot of good response from this, so we tried to line it up when Justin's spraying out this big bed. So we'll climb on in here and take a look at what Justin's got going. So he's spraying in the Rhino Linings now. I know it's difficult to see. We're going to work on this plexiglass that we've got here a little bit so we can give you all a better view in here. So the bed's already been prepped in this big truck. It's like one of these toolbox trucks. And you can see it going from white to the black Rhino now. So he hits all the cracks in the bed and all the edges first and gets it all edged in, similar to the way you paint a house. You see where all this overspray comes from. They've got a big wide swath that comes out of this gun when they spray it. Y'all have gotten used to seeing Justin all wrapped up in his Tyvek suit here. Just checking to make sure all the cracks and stuff are done first. And he's gonna step up. This stuff weighs probably, this tooling that he's carrying probably weighs 30 pounds or so, so it's a nightmare to walk it around. It looks heavy because it is. So it takes a lot of work to be able to spray this. Here you go, he's spraying it on now. So he's filled in the top cracks of the bed, and again, these are these big reading beds that you see driving down the road on the back of work trucks. So he's building up the depth to the Rhino lining right now. So we've got to spray it a certain microns deep. The noise you hear in the background is the big machine that I've showed you before. Mixing this all together is a hot two-part mix, and then it comes up through the gun and it sprays out. Kind of see the top of the bed there a little bit where he's spraying. And as it comes out of the gun, it's pretty awesome stuff. So it's coming out very hot. If that hits your skin or whatever, it's actually that hot. So when he's done with one of these beds, you can still feel the heat in the bed, 10, 15 minutes after he's done. That's why he's fully suited up when he sprays these out. You see we have to tape off the whole truck, and then we separate the cab from the rest of the truck with those big curtains that you've seen in there before. So now he's going to climb down now that he's built up the base to a certain thickness. You can see the tailgate over there. He'll end up spraying that out also. These have a tiny tailgate. He'll do that right at the end. So now he's going to come up to the other side and he's going to spray this side. There won't be much to see from where we're at, but I want to show you guys some more of that. We'll try to hit some more Facebook Live feeds while he's actually spraying it. The response from that's been pretty awesome. I guess you guys really like it. I'll show him shooting this one. So remember, Rhino Linings has a nationwide lifetime warranty. You can see all the work that goes into this. It's not as simple as buying a $12 can from the store and rolling it on. Obviously, you can see the difference in what you pay for. So now he's spraying the driver's side wall, standing on the passenger side. You can see how far away he's got to be. Optimally, most of the spray comes out from about 6 feet away. So it is a lot different than automotive paint. In automotive paint, you're standing right up next to it spraying, within like a foot. We appreciate everybody joining us. We got a lot of viewers watching right now. If you got any questions, hit me up and I'll try to answer them live for you on the air. I know a lot of people view this when they're not at work later on and hit us up with questions. That's fine too. Pretty cool stuff. All right. So again, one last shot of the machine here that's spraying. You see it in real time. That's all the different readings on the gauges and the PSI and the temperature and all that good stuff. He's got his air compressor up there that feeds the air into his mask and everything. And then there's the drums, the 2 parts. And that's when they come together to form a polyurea mix, it's called. Let's walk out here and see what everybody else has got going on. Again, if you got any questions, hit me up. I'll answer them live on air. If not, we'll let you know after hours when you got questions. We'll help you out. So over here we got Wade and Roddy working on looks like a big Dodge pickup truck here. Up on the lift. Roddy, what you got going on under here?
Just mounting the tank and compressor for this set of horn blasters train horns.
Cool, so we're putting on a set of the Horn Blasters train horns kit. Horn Blasters, great people. The only name that we like to use in the train horns, top of the line stuff. Good local company actually, believe it or not, based out of Zephyr Hills. It's kind of cool. They do ship internationally even. These train horns are all over the world. Good people there, good company. We support them 100%. So why don't you point out what are the components that you're putting in here so people understand how train horns work?
Well, this is the compressor.
Okay.
As your car is turned on, it'll start pumping air into the cylinders for the tank.
And then that's the air tank that actually holds the air itself from the compressor, correct?
And then whenever either you push the button or you press your horn, there's a release valve that sends air to the trumpets, which are not in yet.
And I'll take a look at the trumpets here when we get a minute. There's a pressure gauge on the side. The pressure builds up inside the system. Bi-air compressors, some of the best stuff that controls all the air ride things on vehicles. It's good equipment. So we mount it up out of the way so that it can't get torn up by road debris or anything. It's shielded by the underside of the vehicle.
Right.
Okay, and what else are we doing? Wade, are you putting power steps on here, it looks like?
Step bars, yeah.
Okay, so some amp research power steps going on this also.
You can see the one little arm there, and then this one.
Okay.
You can't really see too much as far as
So the boards haven't been mounted. Okay, so the boards haven't been mounted yet, but we've got a couple of the brackets in.
Yeah, the motors haven't been mounted. The motors would go here.
Okay.
Basically, when you open a door, it motorizes down, and then when you close the door, it
Motorizes back up out of the way. Cool. So the motor will plug in right into that hole where you see those gears there once they get it all mounted up. All right, cool. Very cool. Appreciate it, guys. I'll get out of your way. I'm going to go show the trumpets here. So the horn blaster setup, pretty cool. Some of the loudest train horns in the world. They've got all kinds of different selections. We saw a lot of them out here. They're great, great novelty, and also great to get people's attention to get out of your way when they're texting at a stoplight and won't get out of your way. Very handy for that. So there's all your train horns. That'll be a set of 4 trumpets that are going to go in this one. We call them trumpets. Let me flip this around real quick. So as you can see, there'll be 4 different trumpets separately mounted for this. Long tube trumpets. They're all different sizes. You probably remember from music class, the different sizes are what allows different tones to come out of them. And then once they're all together and blasting air out of them, these things are unbelievably loud. Some other components in the set. That's the valve that gets mounted. And all the air line and all that good stuff. So anyway, like we said, that's Horn Blasters. I'll give them a little plug there because we do believe in them. They're a great local company, and watched them grow a lot over the years. Good stuff. Take a look at this new, looks like a Denali truck here. We did a Escort radar system. As you can see it mounted there. This is kind of cool. You don't get to see this very often because they're in and out of here so quick. But this one's got a factory style, like a mount that goes right to the mirror. So no suction cup, nothing to get in the way. And it's solid mounted, as you can see, with good hardware there. Keeps the radar from falling down or getting in the way of anything. Power's not on right now, so it's not lit up. But this is the system. Escort Max 2 HD. These are awesome. They've got full built-in capabilities for GPS, so they don't false when you're sitting at, going by a CVS and you see the doors opening and closing. That's what causes all the falses on the old systems. These don't do that at all. The Escort systems do not. They have GPS in them. They know where everything's at, so you won't get those falses all the time. Basically, with an Escort system, if the radar goes off, you're probably going to be hitting the brakes real quick. It also reminds you where the stoplight cameras are. That's a good thing. It's a safety thing. I know personally from having them, it reminds me to don't go through a rolling stop through one of these down at Del Maverian Waters or wherever it is, because I know that there's a red light camera there. So it actually makes you a safer driver when it's all said and done also. Taking a look over here, let's see what else we got. Oops, flip the camera, sorry about that. So this is a, it's like a Toyota RAV. Got the interior out of it. Anybody guess what we're doing to this? So this is going to be a leather conversion. That's the factory cloth in it. It's a little dark in here right now. Looks like my upholstery department's at lunch right this moment. But we're putting leather in. It's going to be, as you can see, one of the seats is done. When they're finished with it, you'll see a little bit of this when we get going, when we first fit leather on. It's got a two-tone, a single-tone leather with a double top stitch in like a gray to contrast and match the door panels. So it's a good look, a little bit better than a factory look, basically. What'll happen is all these wrinkles and stuff that you see on there, they all get steamed out once they sit outside in the sun for a little while also. That stuff gets steamed out and it looks beautiful when it's done. Fits tight as a glove. As good or better than the factory. You can see one of the old covers that they've got taken off here. One of the old seat covers. This is what it looks like. A lot of these have to be cut off because of the way they're put on from the factory. There's nothing left of them when we get finished with a lot of them. So they cut them out of the way and fit up the new stuff. That's what your factory seat cover looks like once it's off and out of the way. Here is the driver's side seat out of this. If you ever wonder what the bottom of your seat looks like in a Toyota, there's all the connectors and everything. And our upholstery department has to completely disassemble these seats. It looks like this one's about 3/4 of the way done through, getting the leather cover put on it. And here's the factory headrest that hasn't been done yet. That'll get cover put over top of it. Same thing, black with the contrast stitch. Looks like this is a Katzkin kit. Katzkin's good stuff, premium stuff. We sell a few different brands here. Different brands. People ask us why we sell different brands for different vehicles. We know we've done so much leather. We know what fits well and what doesn't. Here's what the kits look like in the box. It looks pretty simple, but it's not. There's a lot that goes into fitting these kits up with the clips and everything. They don't just snap on and you walk away. We get a lot of people that'll buy them online and then bring them to us because they got frustrated trying to fit the kits up and make them right. You got to remember also there's a lot of airbags in these seats nowadays. We are trained to handle the airbags and work around them. We do the work for the car dealerships, so we know what we're dealing with this. These yellow connectors, this is all airbag stuff. You mess around with that and do the wrong thing, you can have airbags blowing up in your face to the tune of, $1,000 to, we've heard stories of $4,000 and $5,000 of people messing with these up. So I want to leave that job to the professional, and they're not bad. I mean, honestly, you can get a two-row kit done for as little, two-row kits for as little as $9.99 a lot of times. To maybe $10.99 for a decent kit with some contrast stitch and all. So it's really not worth messing with yourself after you spend $700-800 on a kit anyway. Getting over here, it looks like, again, my upholstery department's at lunch. So I'll just give you some glances of what they got going on. Looks like we got a nice stitch going on, something custom here. I don't know if these are boat covers or what. I'm gonna guess so by the patterning happening here. All the different pieces, and you can see the upholstery area, it's quite a puzzle. What she does over here, again, there's probably, I count 6 different jobs sitting here right now for our upholstery department. So they're always juggling a lot of stuff. It's like another boat cover, if I can get it in focus there. Piece of a boat interior getting ready to get done also. So we'll knock all that stuff out. Let's see what else we got going on. Again, I'm catching everybody kind of at lunch. It's nice and quiet in here for once when I film. Let me flip this around and show you what all is involved in these amp power. So these are the power steps that Roddy and Wade are installing on that Dodge truck right now. They come in a big kit like this, and that's specifically for a Ram. What's neat is they're getting better about wiring kits for these now. We don't have to do, it's a lot cleaner. If you look, there's a lot of factory style wiring on these things. So, back in the days, there was a lot of, cutting and custom doing. We still have to do that from time to time, and we're good at it, so that's fine. But it's nice when these kits are more plug and play. Factory style, you have less failures with them, less opportunity for failure. They a lot of them plug in and go, but you can see the amount of miscellaneous hardware They probably already got half of it fitted to the vehicle. There's still a box of stuff left. If you've ever put together a cabinet from IKEA, it's very similar. You really got to know what you're doing to put these together. Mark is asking about the leather for the same car. Mark, for this leather, this is probably $1,099, I'm guessing, because it does have the double contrast stitch on it. If it didn't have the contrast stitch, a lot of times these current model vehicles we can do for as little as $999 installed. But not bad. We've also got financing. Remember that 6 or 12 months financing programs through Synchrony Bank, if that helps you out a little bit. Really nice program, interest, no interest kind of a deal. It works out really well. There's no gimmicks, there's no fees, there's no nothing. So it's a really good, solid deal. A lot of our customers take advantage of it. Let's take a look at some of the other accessories real quick we got going. So it looks like we got some Trail Effects Nerf bars getting ready to go in. Got another body lift kit going on to a vehicle. Looks like a Toyota Tacoma. Got another rolling lock, of course, going in. Mark asked how long it takes to put leather in. We'll have this vehicle done in a day, typically, sometimes 2 days. We tell people to set aside 2 days just to be safe in case there's any repairs that we need to make to the kits when they come in. They are bolt built, so sometimes we have to restitch something if it's not quite right for your particular vehicle. But never it never takes more than 2 days to install a kit on a vehicle. Thanks for the questions, Mark. Those are great questions. This is going to be looks like a rails kit for a backflip setup. We've got another rolling lock going in here today or tomorrow, I'm guessing, and a really nice toolbox. Looks like it may be one of our fleet deals. Get one of these big monster toolboxes. So we sell all that stuff here. Don't forget truck accessories. We do a lot of truck accessories here. Our pricing is solid. We can price match a lot of places if you've gotten estimates elsewhere. But anyway, we can handle that for you. So it looks like over here in the Tint Department right now, again, some lunches are being taken, but we got a CX-5. Looks like it's getting filmed. There's Angel. Angel, what do you got going on for Facebook Live today?
What's up, Facebook? How you doing? We got a 2016 Mazda CX-5. We're doing a Colorstable, 3M Colorstable 35 all over.
Okay.
We also going to do the windshield right now on Crystalline 90.
Crystalline 90, okay.
And the sunroof as well.
Okay, cool. So this is going to get 3M's mid-level film. Their Colorstable is their mid-level film. It's also their #1 seller. At least it's the #1 seller that we have here anyway. And they say at most automotive 3M shops, Colorstable kind of fits the bill as a midline film because it does block a ton of heat, and it usually fits in on most people's budgets. So it's definitely worth doing. Mark, thanks for looking. Appreciate you making the appointment, bud. Call us up, and we'll get you going on that leather. Thanks for chiming in today. We appreciate that a lot. Then back to this vehicle. Windshield is getting done here in Crystalline 90. Again, like Angel showed you, I think it was last week or whatever on that RV. Crystalline 90, once we put it on this windshield, it's going to block 30 to 40% of heat. However, it's clear. So you'll still be able to see through it great. And it's actually lighter than a lot of factory windshield coating is. So you're not going to have any problems with, any legality issues or anything like that, man. The windshield's tinted, it's a done deal, and you're blocking a ton of heat. If you look at this particular car, it's kind of interesting. There's actually the largest window on this vehicle. And we tell people when they come in for window film, we tint all your sides and rear of the vehicle. If we don't tint your windshield, it's kind of like running your air conditioner in the summer and leaving your doors wide open. Because it's all just still coming in, banging through your windshield. So we do have a product for that. Long gone are the days of having to tint windshields all dark and everything. That's not safe. We don't do that here. We definitely put the light film on. The Crystalline is really good stuff. So I'm gonna walk you out front real quick. I know this is a long one. I'm sorry, but I appreciate we had a lot of people joining in. Thanks, Javier, for getting your windows tinted here and not going anywhere else. That means a lot to us. We do sincerely appreciate that. We've been around for a long time. We've tinted. People ask us an estimate of how many vehicles we've tinted. We write up several thousand vehicles a year, and a lot of it is window film. So that's pretty big deal here. We are the highest volume 3M auto film dealer in the state of Florida. We're excited about that. We worked hard for that, and we do tint 7 days a week here. So this is pretty cool. This is a display. Our normal viewers have seen this. A lot of our regulars here at MCOR. When we tell you that it's hard to tell you over the phone exactly what it is you're going to want, it's because you do have several choices when it comes to window film. And we got a really neat display here. We'll do it one of these days when it's bright and sunny outside. Today it's going back and forth. But we flip that light on, you can feel the heat coming out of that. And then when you go over to like this Colorstable film, you can flip that light on and you can feel the difference of how much heat it's blocking. It's pretty amazing. And then when you get to the Crystalline film, their top of the line film, you can hardly feel any heat coming out of it. Really big deal. We'll put the BTU meter on that one day and show our Facebook Live fans exactly how well that works. But I also want to do it when I can walk outside and use the meter on it out there on real sun and show you how incredible this film actually is. So we appreciate you tuning in today. It's been a great one, long one, 20 minutes here. You guys have a great one, and we'll talk to you real soon, Facebook Live. Hit us up with any questions. You've got our number, 813-362-5454, if we can help you with anything or answer any questions you got. You guys have a good one. Bye-bye.